What's good, chat? You might hear my dog barking in the background. There she is, but okay. Basically, I'll just talk. So my last video was like really depressed and shit. I'm just gonna say this: we are so back. Like I am fully back. I'm fully back at it, back on my grind and shit. Locked in on my health, locked in on not really school, but locked in on projects and just like working and like getting my shit back like back to being locked in because I was sick for like fucking 2 weeks and that just fucking cooked me. But I'm back and I want to do projects and I'm having visions. I'm having like a lot of fucking creative visions on like what I want to create via camera and editing and all that whatnot. But the thing is that I have these visions and I'm getting these creative urges or artistic urges, and I think it's good. And I'm like, yeah, like I want to fucking act on those urges. But right now, because maybe I'm not beginning, but I still am beginning. Like I'm not known for something, you know what I mean? So it's like I haven't made it. Let's be like, yeah. I don't even know why I'm even talking or like acting like it's even in consideration. But I'm just saying, like, there's some people when they're starting out, they're known for one thing and they're happy with that. Like, I have a friend who's a colorist and it's like he's known for his color, like when it comes to color grading and shit, if you don't know what that is. Or I have a friend who's like really fucking good at like editing, you know, like VFX and shit. So it's like okay, like all the projects that are VFX go to that person. And the thing is that I've always kind of like remained kind of just floating around, and I think that's fine. I'm a jack of all trades, but it's yeah, like master of none. So I'm fine with that when it comes to like film and shit. Like I'm okay just creating, and if I get projects or I'm leaning towards music, so music video would be ideal. If I get work in that field, that's okay, and if I get to be creative, that's okay. I'm fine with that. But sorry, there's a voice crack. But there's still something inside me where I'm like, I want to connect with the youth on a deeper level than just film. And what I mean by that is music, because film or video, um, it can only go so deep, like into like not deep. Sorry, it can only impact pop culture so much, is what I mean. Like obviously, photography is like historical and like videography and whatever film like it's it's always useful, and everybody like people do have distinct styles and there is a lot of beautiful like work in that realm, but you don't get the spotlight. You don't get the, hey, this person, look at their fashion sense as well. Look what they say online. You know, you kind of just do work behind closed doors, and that's cool, but I feel like I have a lot to say, or I want to express via words. I like talking, I like doing this shit. So I'm kind of like, fuck, like, what if I want to do music? Am I only doing. I'm going to talk about this and I'm going to say something at the end. Please don't jump to the comments just yet. Watch the whole video if you're at this point. But sometimes I want to do music just because I'm inspired by The Help. I've talked about them before, but like hyper pop or something is trending, and I fucking love hyper pop and indie sleaze and electro clash, whatever you want to fucking call it, like experimental music, even like that whole fucking genre, that whole like new wave of music. That new genre, I won't even call it. Like, I don't even know what genre that is. But it's like the new, yeah, sound that's coming out right now that everybody's listening to, or people who are tapped in with pop culture are listening to. basically I'm inspired by that, and I want to fucking create something. And I want to create something artistical though, not just like, oh, I want a sick fucking beat that I can maybe DJ to. Like I want something that's like The Help, but I want to be able to surpass The Help, and I don't mean that in like an ignorant way. But the thing is that they're pushing 30. Let's be real, they're pushing 30, so it's like they've already paved that way. Like people do enjoy that music. It's just like it's so fucking technical, and it's taken them this long to get there, like 10 years. It's been a fucking decade of making music, and they started off typical like drums, guitar, and like typical vocals and stuff. Not typical vocals, like obviously it's their style, but I mean like typical as in like it wasn't super technical, you know. It was experimental, but it wasn't super technical. But now if you listen to the fucking music, it's like, how the fuck do you create those sounds? You know, so maybe it's just I'm an outsider's perspective. You know, I don't have a lot of background in producing music, but I'm just kind of like fuck, like I kind of want to do that. Like I can't, like I feel like they paved the way, and what if I could surpass them? What if they, like, what if the way you can surpass them is actually playing the instruments live and then mixing them live? You know what I mean? Like creating the fucking beats IRL, and I think that's something that could make them even better. Is that like I know they like DJ and shit, or like they mix live, but like what if you actually play like a drum beat and then fucking added that and then distorted that in the actual performance? I don't know. I watched this guy named Caribou. He's like older, but his music is really good, and they do it all live. You know, like they play the piano tune and then they like record it and they like you know, I don't even know what they fucking do, but they make up the song live. You know what I mean? So I think it'd be kind of cool to look into that. But the thing is that's so far away from now, and that would be like the goal. Like that would be the like not the goal, but like the main focus. You know, and from things would shift from like researching cameras to researching music boards or whatever, or different sounds. So it'd be a whole fucking redirection of where I feel like I'm going. And okay, two things I want to talk about really quick. Sorry, but what I just said, I know. Okay, this is the thing I was gonna say, is that art should be about expression, about how you feel, and it should be about finding the best medium on how you feel, right? Like, whatever the emotion you feel, it's like you kind of have different options, and those different options will fit you depending on your financial situation, like all the fucking factors will tie into what medium you choose. You know, for me, I just happened to go into camera shit because my mom had an old Digicam that's actually right in that shelf box right there. So it's like that's the reason why I got into film or I got into video, was because of that. So people might have a guitar and then that's how they get into music, right? So it would be difficult to just reprogram my brain to think music is number one. And I don't want to just make it just to make it. Like, I want to have something different to say. And I don't want to just copy The Help, you know what I mean? Because what would be, like, again, like, it's about what you have to say and your emotions specifically. So, I don't know, something to think about. But this is the other thing I want to talk about, or think about, I guess, is that, or I have been thinking about, is that like, okay, like what is my actual path now? Like if there's a, okay, so if you watch previous videos, I want to drop out of college. I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, but it's like, okay, well, if I drop out of college, am I just gonna start working, or am I gonna go transfer my credits and get like a diploma in something else, right? Okay, well, I'm not doing business, or I'm not doing science. I'm sticking with the arts. Well, then am I just gonna go into another film program that's gonna be like dreadful and like doing stupid directing drama shit where I have to direct people live in front of my class, or I have to work in like tedious group projects or participate in class discussion. Like, is it going to be that shit that's going to be like stressful, or like shit that I'm like, why am I here? Or is it going to be shit that's like technical and that's going to teach me how, like I saw at TMU, sorry, Toronto Metropolitan University, a school that a lot of people go to, they were doing like green screen lighting. So like learning how to like set up a green screen but then light it properly as well. I'm like, wow, that's actually really fucking useful. And the thing is, we don't do any of that shit. So at my school, so I'm pretty positive that it's my last year at the school I'm at right now, and that I will either start working or transfer to another school. And the thing is like now I have to, like, now I'm just thinking like, fuck, like I'm back to like square one to where I was in grade 12. You know, it's like, okay, well, I want to do like music videos or like advertisement videos or something, or for brands, or specifically like I feel like it would work with like fashion brands, and like that's, I have some connections that I'll be making videos for next couple of months. So like it's like that's a good opportunity to get into that. But I just want to do like experimental shit, or like coded, like cryptic, like art, or like video. And um I feel like it's like there's not like a huge market for that, or it's like it's very specific. So it's like you're not just gonna get hired by posting your shit on Instagram. Like maybe you will, but I know Virgil says to like be cryptic, and just to post and do something different, like share something with the world that it like hasn't been seen, or is like your own. So I think that's something that I really want to do right now, is just do me. And I guess I'll just have to work a 9 to 5 for a little bit, and whatnot, or go to school. But I think no matter what medium I choose, I just want to be able to have influence on the youth. And it's not to say I want to make art for other people, but I want there to be an impact, because I'm sure every artist or every creative has thought about that before. Like, I don't know. I think it's like really important to think about your audience, and because it's like a part of history in a way, you know? Like if you make something that is a part of history, it's not just art, it's not just creativity. You're making something that will like stay in this timeline for eternity, you know? And like people, I mean, obviously there'll be a time where people will forget, because pop culture has been around for a really long time, but like the idea of like media has only been around for like 100 years. So it's very new. So it's like the idea of like, okay, well, I don't know, like, will media dissipate faster than like traditional art that's like physical and shit? I don't, sorry, I don't really know what I'm saying, but I just want to have influence. And no matter if it's, I think my options right now, are, I want to just do experimental videos or music videos, or visualizers where it's like there's a song that makes me feel a certain way, and I just want to record footage and create a video based on that, how that song makes me feel, and those shots go along with the song and whatnot. That's what I want to do. When it comes to music, I think it's just, I don't have sounds in my head that I want to express, but it's more just like I want to create something original, but I already have that with camera shit or like editing. So it's like I'm just kind of being naive or like ignorant, as in like, oh, I want to master all the arts, right? Like I'm not sticking to one. So I think it's something I can dabble in, and playing the guitar or maybe learning Ableton or something. I don't think that's gonna hurt. Uh, but that is just, I don't know. I just don't know how I can have influence with videos. you know? Because I feel like, I mean, obviously you can have influence later in your life. A lot of people do. Like, even look at David Lynch, right? Is that his name? The one who passed away recently. A lot of people my age were like, this guy was a fucking genius. Or someone like Anthony Bourdain, you know, like, I look up to him and I'm inspired like a fuck ton. So, and there was a huge age gap. You know, I only found out about him last year, like in the past couple of months. So it's like I wasn't even a fan when he was alive. So I don't think it really matters on age, but the youth is an important thing. And if you look at like any big rock star or something, they were typically big in their late 20s, which is like the best time to be big, because then the youth just looks up to you in awe and they're like, fuck yeah. You know? Like Kurt Cobain was fucking 27 when he peaked. Maybe you can say 25 when he peaked, because he died when he was 27. So, yeah, that's how I feel. And I think the number one thing I just have to remember is that art is a representation of the current state of my life. My art should be that. It should be a representation of what I'm going through or how I feel. Um, and I think no matter what medium I pursue, I have to always keep that in mind. That I shouldn't be trying to create something else. I can use other things as inspiration or for technical skills, but the story, the narrative, the emotion should be from right here. Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Okay. Peace.